The NEASC, aside from the fact that the visit is in 2015, there are requirements that NEASC has said if you don't do them by 2014, you will not get an acceptable rating. One of those things would be something like advisory that we've attempted here at the school in a couple of different ways in terms of making connections with kids. As pretty much the 16th or 17th largest high school in the state of Connecticut, making those connections becomes much more difficult. And then when you incorporate, when you take all of those changes together, you get these requests that we've made. Something else that we presented annually to the Board of Education is where we stand in the dirt. We compare the dirt in so many different ways. In terms of administrators per student, administrators per teacher, we are guidance counselors per student. Out of the 21 schools in the dirt, we do not rank higher than 17 on that list. So right now, I think if you were to take a look at, and that's why the guidance counselor request, we have 249 students per counselor at the high school. There are expectations for greater supervision. We have a district committee that's been working for nearly 2 years on trying to pull together the best features of teacher growth and teacher evaluation, and all of them include annual goal setting for teachers. I don't know if we don't officially do that as part of our teacher growth plan right now. So those are elements that require additional supervision. Part of the reason for the assistant principal.
I want to start by telling you that the middle school is a very stable school. It's stable from an enrollment perspective, and it's stable in terms of staff turnover. We hover right around 900 students. This year, a few under. Next year, 30 additional, a few over. We have 5 clusters per grade level, 2 grade levels. The cluster is how we take our big school and we transform it into a smaller, caring place. 4 teachers are in every one of those clusters. A math teacher, science, language arts, and social studies. Those 4 teachers work to become the experts and the advocates for the 90 or so students that are their cluster. In terms of our budget, I need to explain to you that because of the economic issues of our country and of our town for the last number of years, the middle school has not requested visionary budgets. Instead, we have directed our teachers to request only what was absolutely necessary. Indeed, we have created writing tutorials and math tutorials and fluency reading classes with no additional staff, only creative scheduling and outstanding staff determination. However, we have requested for the past 5 years an additional guidance counselor to bring our total to 4. That is and has been our #1 request. Because we want to have 2 counselors in each grade level. We want students, when they enter the middle school and their families, to be assigned a counselor and to remain with that counselor for the entire 2 years that they spend at the middle school.
While we have to advocate for our individual schools, we do have to stand behind each other, knowing that we have to make very difficult decisions in prioritizing. Prioritizing has become more and more difficult when we're at levels of requests that are just minimal. Or maybe it's easier in that respect. So what we have all requested really by default are our priorities. I would like to also, in that vein, also express our support of the full-day kindergarten. Our intermediate school model of gradual release to middle school independence is really exemplary in offering an array of options for our students, selection of rotation classes, special classes, and a ton of after-school activities. On the academic side, of course, we now have a driver in the Common Core state standards and being held responsible for the implementation of those very rigorous standards in preparation for the new Smarter Balance assessment. Hopefully you'll see in my proposals in the budget a balance between quality progress for Reed in conjunction with the economic times that we're facing. Hopefully you can all support these proposals.